Today I'm going to be making another beat in the world's most tedious music maker, Fortnite Creative mode. Now I know I said I never wanted to make music in Fortnite ever again, but everyone seemed to enjoy it, so I thought I'd do one last one. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we go. Here is my new tunnel. This one is twice as long as the last one which I made. So this beat that I'm going to be making today is going to be around 64 bars. So let's go ahead and start bringing in the first instrument, which is actually just going to be this piano sound. So let's grab the notes. We're going to grab a C sharp. We're also going to bring in a G sharp as well as an A. Sweet. Actually, I'm just going to grab one more note, and that is going to be this one right here, E. So what I'm going to be doing with these four notes here is I'm just going to be creating a melody which is going to loop through the entire beat, the whole 64 bars. So I'm just going to start off by putting the C sharp in the first beat. Next up we've just got the G sharp. Now let's bring in the A. Then we're going to do this little pattern over again. But this one we're going to put in two A's and we're going to go back to the G sharp. And I think that is pretty much the finished melody. So let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah, nice. So that took a really long time, but I finally finished this melody. I decided to change the instrument after the first 16 bars from this piano sound to this little pluck synthesizer sound. Yeah, so we've just got this looping the whole way down here. It took me a really long time. So anyway, now that that is out of the way, I think it is time to move on to the next instrument, which is just going to be the drums. So I'm just going to keep the drums relatively simple for the intro. I think I'm just going to have a hi-hat as well as a clap playing. So we want to start the hi-hat off over here. Just bring that and put it right there. And now I'm just going to duplicate this over a whole lot of times. And that should be the last one for the intro right there. I actually feel like mixing these hi-hats up a little bit, making them a little bit more complicated. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this one here and we're just going to lower the grid, make it a bit smaller. 16ths should do. And we're just going to put a whole lot of hi-hats in there. Oh, that looks really ugly. And we'll just put this one here, and I think that should be it for the hi-hat rolls. Let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah, that is alright. It goes a little bit out of time, but there's nothing I can do about that. Okay, so I've nearly finished off the super simple drums for the intro. I just need to put in a couple of claps. We'll put one in there. And the last one can go in there. So anyway, this is what my beat is sounding like so far. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, that is off to a good start. So now I think it is time to move on to the heavier drums. So I'm just going to copy these hi-hats all the way down the entire tunnel. So it has been a really long time, probably an hour and a half, but I think I've finally finished off my drum beat. So I essentially just looped this entire hi-hat and clap pattern over the entire tunnel, and I just added in a few extra drums. So we have this really fat kick here. We've also got this nice ride crash cymbal and open hi-hat, as well as this nice little 808 snare. So anyway, this is what my final drums are sounding like, minus these sounds up here, which I'm just using for the metronome. Yeah. Oh, that is sounding good. Mate. So anyway, now that I'm all done with my drums, I think it is time to move over onto the bass line. So I'm just going to be using this sound here. And the first note which I'm going to be using is going to be A, I think. I may as well grab the other notes while I'm at it. So we're going to need a G sharp as well. There we go. And I think I may as well grab the high octave G sharp. And I think there's going to be all of the notes for my bass line. Yeah, so now I just need to start putting them into the tunnel. So I think these ones are going to go on the roof. So this one can just go there. Where did it go? So the first note can just go there with the kick. And I think I might actually have to get rid of these melody notes when the bass line is playing, just because I think they'll clash a bit too much. And I think that is pretty much going to be the finished bass line. Let's go ahead and have a listen to it. Yeah. That sounds good. But I do think that the bass line is missing some roughness, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to layer up this sound here with the bass line. So here are my notes. They're not exactly the same as the bass line. I want it to follow a similar sort of pattern, but I don't want it to be exactly the same. So I think it's actually just going to be a complementary sound rather than just a straight up copy of the bass line. And once I put the C sharp in here, I think that it's pretty much going to be it for the synthesizer sound. And now that I'm all done with that synth sound, I think I have pretty much everything that I need. So yeah, anyway, after what must have been around 10 hours, here is the finished beat. Enjoy! So there we go, that is the finished beat. I actually really like how it turned out, and even though it was Fortnite music blocks, it actually hits pretty hard. And when I say it this time, I really mean it. I don't ever want to make music in Fortnite ever again. It is just way too tedious and way too slow. I guess maybe if they added in a copy and paste function, I'd consider making another beat. Hey, and speaking of considering things, why don't you consider using the creator code DolanDark when you buy anything from the Fortnite item shop? Also, while we're on the topic of DolanDark, why don't you go check out the latest video which he has just put out. I helped him out with the music in the video, and it is absolutely quality content, so go check it out. And yeah, I'll see all of you in the next couple of days for my next video, which is not a Fortnite video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.